Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. I'm just doing that because sometimes when I'm sitting in bed, the angle is not wonderful. But bugger it, I'll just stay here for now and see what happens. I want to talk a little bit about advice, and especially how it's sometimes given when we don't ask for it. I find that personally rather irritating. It's kind of a cycle because sometimes people ask, "How are you feeling?" And if you're quite an open person, you would be tempted to be absolutely honest. So if you're not feeling particularly great about something, you're not going to lie about that, especially not to friends. Hence, you will say the problem. But I think sometimes there's an assumption that in telling people the problem that you have, you're asking for advice. And not necessarily. Not necessarily. I've just had a friend say to me with good intentions, and I know she didn't mean anything bad by this, but she went on to sort of tell me some advice about a problem that I've got. And the thing is, I wasn't asking for it. Now, some people will say if you tell someone a problem, you should expect advice. I don't think so. If someone tells me a problem, I don't assume to give advice. What I would say is, well, I can suggest something if you want. I wouldn't say that this is my advice and then get funny if people don't take it. It's and I've had friends sort of saying, "Oh, well, you opened the subject up." Yeah, I opened it up as you asked how I am. It isn't a case of I opened it up so that you could patronize me, and that's the problem. Sometimes there is a fine line between advice and sounding like you're talking down to someone. It is a fine line, and that's all I would say. So, yeah, I'm going to keep this one very short. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that advice can sometimes seem condescending? Maybe you're someone who always gives advice, and if that's the case, how do people respond? Do they thank you for it? Do they not thank you for it? Personally, I only give advice when someone either asks for it or when they really, really need it. Like if their actions are really hurting someone else, then I would definitely intervene because there is also that point of view that if friends don't tell people, the way it is, then no one will. So I do understand that point of view, but I also think that it can seem patronizing if someone's not asking for advice to kind of impose it. Let me know your thoughts.